Um, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our fourth annual Madison College Pitch. It's hard to believe that this is the fourth one already. Seems like we just started this yesterday, but it has been so much fun, and really, really pleased that all of you are here either as participants or observers today. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Brian Woodhouse. I'm the executive director for the Center for Entrepreneurship at Madison College. And so part of that means I get to be the host for today's pitch. And so I'm excited about that. First thing I think I want to say is congratulations to all of our finalists. This is not an easy process to go through, having to first come up with a unique idea, and vetting that, but then also the courage to put it on paper, put it in a video, and actually submit it, and then come to this point where you're actually going to present that idea to a bunch of people that you've most likely never met before. So that's kind of the spirit of entrepreneurship, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. So I personally, along with our entire Madison College team, just really applaud all of you for taking that risk, putting yourself out there, and doing this today. So I think we have a really fun morning in front of us with some cool ideas. So thank you, and congratulations. So, and because you're willing to take the leap and put your idea forward, each of you that are participating today have the opportunity to walk away with the grand prize of $500. All of you will walk away with some cash, but somebody's going to walk away with 500. So we're excited to see who that will be. The reason we're able to do that is because of the extremely generous sponsorship from both American Family Insurance and also from Hoosh Blackwell Legal Services. So today, we're actually going to be giving out a total of $2,000 in cash, and all of that is coming from American Family and Hoosh Blackwell. So special thank you to them, of course. So just to go through some logistics before we get started, for the quick rundown of prizes, so first prize will be $500, second prize will be $400, $300 for third place, $200 for fourth place, and then places 5 through 9 will receive $100 today. So look forward to seeing how that all shakes out as we go through the morning. I want to take a moment just to introduce our judges for today. So we have Joey Frame, who's with Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation and has been with us as a judge both in the pitch competition and in our Madison College Challenge competition for our Madison College students. So thank you, Joey, for your time and energy today. We also have Nidra Bobo-Boyles, who is with us at Madison College. And this will be her first time judging for us, but super excited to have her. Thank you, Nidra. Scott Cole, who is one of our entrepreneurs in residence at Madison College and also the founder and owner of Third Space, which is a software company in the Madison area. So thanks, Scott, for being with us today. And then hopefully she's joined us, but also Teresita Torrance, one of our advisors at Madison College, who will bring a lot of insight into today's judging. So very excited to have all 4 of them judging today. Thank you guys again for that. So I think we're about ready to roll into the actual pitches. The way we're going to do this, hopefully everyone is familiar with it, but each of our presenters will have 5 minutes to make their pitch, and then we'll turn it over to the judges for 2 minutes of Q&A. And then we are going to start and run through all 9 consecutively. And then following that, we'll take a short break, 15 minutes or so, and our judges will deliberate. Then we'll come right back and announce the winners and the placements right after that and run right through it this morning. So that is the plan. Kelsey, am I missing anything regarding the logistics there?
No, I think that's all good. I'm just going to ask one thing is everybody is muted. So when students are ready to present, please unmute yourself. And then if you would like, please turn your camera on too. That would be awesome. Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Well, then the first presenter that we have this morning from River Valley High School is Kelsey Olson. So Kelsey, we turn the floor over to you.
I have a quick question before I start.
Yeah.
Hi, I just have a really quick question before I start. So I have a lot of transitions throughout my presentation, and I was wondering whoever is clicking through my presentation that every time I say the word next, if we could just click so we can keep moving with the 5-minute time limit.
Perfect. That sounds good.
All right, thank you so much. Can I start whenever?
Yep, go ahead.
Yep.
All right. Good morning. My name is Kelsey Olson, and I'm a senior at River Valley High School, next. And today I would like to talk to you about touchless, next. So what is the problem I'm trying to face today in society, next? Well, of course, it is germs. Did you know that one hand can carry almost 3,000 bacteria? So imagine how many times you use the restroom and then you touch that door. Now imagine how many times your coworkers or your friends use the restroom. Now imagine how many times after touching that door, you touched a keyboard, a phone, or your face. There was a research study at the University of Colorado that in 4 hours of putting a virus on doorknobs, it was picked up by 40 to 60% of everyone in the facility, next. So what is my solution, you may ask? Next. Well, of course, it is touchless. It is hands-free, germ-free, and it is about 2.5 by 7.4 inches wide. So this way you don't have to worry about touching that door handle that someone had already touched after not washing their hands or coughing on their hand. Next. So what is my target market, you may ask? Next. I would sell these at big home improvement stores so that it's accessible to everyone. I would also sell it on online companies such as Amazon, because during the pandemic, it is very prominent that people are using Amazon so that they can get it to their house without having to go outside. Also, I would like to sell these at small hardware stores so we can support local businesses as well during these times. I would also like to sell these at schools so that hopefully they can be more sanitary and continue with in-person learning. Next. So what is my market strategy? Next. I would have an account on all of these big social media platforms where it is free and I'm able to get to a mass amount of people. I would also create my own website, have my own Google ads where I can pay as much money as I'm able to afford for my ads. I would also like to pair with COVID organizations, such as they're also for big on germs and safety right now. Next. So what is my financial projection? Next. To make one of these handles, I took a 1 foot by 2 foot piece of metal, which would cost around $50. You can make about 10 handles from that one piece of metal. So essentially we buy one sheet of metal for $50. We produce 10 handles. We sell each handle for $60. We would make a profit of $550. Next. So what is after my progression of sales? Next. I want to be able to make this mega touchless, which is about 4 by 16 inches, and it has an 8-inch handle. This, however, making this product, this big one from the same sheet of metal, you can make about 3 of these from that same sheet of metal. So let's say best case scenario, we buy 1 sheet of metal, we produce 3 handles from it. We sell each handle for $110. We would make a profit of over $280. Next. So what are my manufacturing costs? Next. I would start out using my school's welding lab, whereas I would not have to worry about my rent cost and I would have free machinery at all times. So after saving up and using my school's lab, I would be able to have to save up to rent a warehouse, get my own welder, metal laser so that we could engrave, push and pull into these handles, as well as a metal cutter. So I would have to save up for about $20,000 for all of that. Next. So what is my final projection? Next. So let's say theoretically we sell 10 of these handles we make 10 of these handles in 1 week. For 4 weeks, our monthly profit would be around $2,200, but that is not counting the $50 per sheet of metal we would need, which would be roughly 50 times 4. Let's also say we sell 3 of the mega handles. In 4 weeks, our monthly profit would be $1,120. So let's say we keep on this path, selling 10 of the regular ones every single week and 3 of the big ones every single week for 6 months. We would make a total of $13,200 and $6,720, not including how much it would cost for the sheet of metal, but that's still a very good profit. Next. So again, with everything going on in the world with COVID and our ongoing pandemic, now more than ever, I feel like touchless is definitely ready to go on the market and is very prominent in what we're going through in today's society. Thank you for listening.
All right. Kelsey, nice job. Thank you very much. So we will open it up to the 4 judges for questions at this point.
Hey, Brian, Joey, I'll hop in. Kelsey, great job on your presentation. Very, very thorough. I guess my kind of first question, have you made any prototypes at this point, or do you have any kind of in use, or where are you at from that perspective?
So I have not made a prototype out of metal per se, but I have made a prototype out of paper essentially, which does sound a little bit flimsy, I know, but I did bend it and make it, and then I taped it to a door and reacted how it would look by using your arm and opening it.
Okay, awesome.
Hi there, this is Nidra. Yeah, I'd like to give you congratulations on your presentation, Kelsey. The question I have is, have you identified who your competitors are?
I have, yes. So I would say my top competitor would be the people who are making the foot door handles so that you pull them open with your foot. But of course, I would say most people, you go to open a door, and if the touchless door handle is right there, it's easier to just have to pull it open instead of looking at the ground and trying to pull it open. Let's say you're wearing high heels, for example, or the door is a heavier exterior door. It might be harder to pull open than just being able to put your arm in it and open it and go. Plus, you can hold it open easier for people behind you as well.
Mm-hmm. Great. And can I ask another question? Yeah, what have you identified any competitors that are similar to the touchless that is at the eye level, hand level?
There may be some that make it elastic sense, but other than that, I would say there's not very many people that.
I'm sorry, I'm not catching her response. Did the rest of you hear the answer?
It looks like she froze.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
And can you say that again, Kelsey?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, do you want me to repeat that for you?
Please.
Yeah, so I would say I have seen people that make one that's kind of like plastic, but it's not as big and easy to put your arm in. And it also doesn't look as, like, I would say design-wise, it doesn't look as like fancier for a building. It just kind of looks like this plastic piece that you stuck on a door.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you again, Kelsey.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Tyler Willoughby from River Valley High School, and his pitch is going to be Brim Bender. Tyler, we'll turn it over to you.
Are you guys ready for me?
Yes, you can start.
Hey, can you guys hear us?
Yeah, you can go ahead and get started whenever you're ready, Tyler.
We're not hearing anything out of Madison College right now.
Okay. I can hear you fine, so assuming you can't hear me right now.
Yeah.
Get yours up.
Are you guys ready for me now?
Go ahead, Tyler. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes, I can.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Hi, welcome to my presentation. I will be talking to you about the brim bender. Next. Hi, I'm Tyler Willoughby. I'm a sophomore at River Valley High School. And some of my hobbies that I really enjoy doing is being outside and being creative and building projects. My favorite sport's baseball, and that led me to the idea of the brim bender. Next. The problems that I see is never being able to get the bill of your hat just perfectly curved the way you want it to be. And there's so many people that wear hats, but they never seem to get it right. But there's always techniques that you can do by folding it back to the hole of your hat, but not all hats have that hole. So then they try and curve the hat with their hands, but it ends up looking like a triangle. So the solution is the brim bender. This is a solution because it curves the hat perfectly to fit the way you want it to fit. Next. So how it works. First, plug it in and wait until the blue light turns on. And then you want to grab your hat and curve it so it fits the model and let it sit in there for 30 minutes. And then when it's done, let it sit outside for 20 minutes in the sun or outside to let the fibers mold together. The interior design of it is a steaming process with the temperature of 70 degrees that is loosening the fibers in the bill to mold it. There's a foam insulator that is attracting and holding the heat in to let it keep the temperature and start to loosen up the fibers in the hat. Next. Marketing and my sales. I would start by selling it at sporting goods stores and hat stores like Dick's Sporting Goods or Lids. I would try and promote to colleges and high schools right away and then advance to MLB teams as well. There's also a wide range of people from younger age to older age that would wear hats as well, so I could go to a Walmart or even a Target. I would also like to get into an online shopping site, and I could try at a e-commerce company like Shopify. Next. My distributing is trying to maintain at home, but then partnering with a manufacturing company. The cost of the brim bender would be $55 to the consumers, but the cost to make it about $42 with the materials of getting the screws and the wood, but as well as the steamer. I would like to sell around 100 to 200 the first year and then keep growing. The yearly profit would be around $8,000. Next. I believe in the future we can be selling up to 500 to 700 brim benders a year, and for maybe a different types of styles that interchange the hats the way people want, where you can either have it like a flat bill hat or even like curved, or any other way people want it as well. And that's it.
All right. Thank you, Tyler. Very interesting. We'll turn it over to any questions from judges at this point.
Hey, Tyler, it's Scott here with Madison College. Well done. So I like that you prototyped it and have kind of experimented. What did you learn from that process as a result of prototyping? What would you change? I know you've got some new functionality that you're envisioning, but what did you specifically learn from kind of making that? Just interested in your experience there.
I learned that you sort of probably would have to find a different material than wood to be able to have like the foam insulator and to keep the heat in the box instead of having wood. And I sort of saw that the steamer process is a little harder to try and be able to have that like fit in there and have the bill of the hat far enough in there to like loosen up the fibers, I think.
Good stuff, because yeah, that'll go into your next, revision of your product. So well done.
Thank you.
Hey, Tyler, Joey from WEC, great job. As someone that likes to wear hats, really, really cool to have that idea. When I was in high school, I guess I was just thinking about wearing my hat, not how to create something to make the bill better. That's awesome. So kind of to build on Scott's, and I'm kind of curious kind of on the process. How did you come up with, deciding to kind of use the steam, the insulation, and then, kind of thinking about putting it in the sun afterwards? I'm just kind of curious how you kind of came to that. It's just kind of some of your own testing R&D, but curious around that.
Yeah, I think just because I know that the heating process that sort of molds the bill of the hat when you slide it in the model sort of is, you need to be able to like have it harden afterwards so you can shape it so it doesn't like fold back to what it regularly was. So I sort of was trial and error with learning of different ways I can be able to have it harden the way you want it to be.
Great. I think that's cool that you're trying different things, trying to figure it out. That's the way to do it. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again, Tyler. Next up, we have Austin Schmidt. His idea is car and bike repair, and Austin is with Wanawak High School. So Austin, if you can hear us, we turn it over to you.
We can hear you. Quick sound check. Can you hear us okay?
I'm sorry, can you guys say that again?
We just wanted to do a quick sound check. You can hear us okay over here?
Yeah, we can.
Ready?
Whenever you're ready, Austin.
My name is Austin Schmidt. I'm from the Wanawak High School. I've been raised on a farm and have always kind of had an interest in like detailed cars, show cars, motorcycles, and repainted tractors and stuff like that. Next. The problem that I see a lot is that these car shows that we have in town here, a lot of these cars have swirl scratches in that first picture, sun fading, and rusty body panels. And because of that, a lot of these car shows are kind of dull and just not really worth going to, honestly. Next. My solution is providing a service that will fix any of that rust, corrosion, swirl marks. With my service, I can identify, repair, and prevent all that that picture is some of the stuff that I have at home that I use every once in a while. Next. Marketing and sales. My target market will be more towards people specifically in our community that are either car enthusiasts or just looking to get into detailing cars, motorcycles, anything like that, really. And I've already talked to a couple of detailing companies around here. Darren Ruff from Boston, I got a hold of him, asked him a few questions, like how he started, how he reaches out to people. And then one of my better friends, he works at Kenneke's in Reedsburg. He does interior cleaning in new cars and anything that comes in. Preferably, I think I'm going to go with making stickers and banners to put on my personal vehicles for commercializing. And I plan on working with other businesses here in Moneywalk to maybe make some deals or say, like maybe help them out a little bit too. Next. Financial standpoint, my sales will depend and vary depending on the kind of car and how often they come in. Obviously, if they come in more, I'm gonna try pushing them towards having a membership and possibly saving them money. In 10 years, I plan on building my own shop here somewhere around in Moneywalk. And also I am hoping to be sponsored by some of these brands that I use, like Shine Armor and Turtle Wax, and there's a couple other ones that I use. Next. The future of my service. To start off, I will be providing service in my father's garage like I have been since my dad got his car. After 10 years, I plan on building, well, my own shop. And then I will try expanding and getting out there as much as I can. Next. The two middle pictures are of my car, and the two outer pictures are of my dad's Mercury Cougar. For his car, there was a lot of swirl marks and sun fading, and we had a lot of work to do on his wheels. They were all corroded and needed to be repainted. There was quite a bit of interior that we had to restore. And then with my car, there was a lot of rust and corrosion. There was a couple places that I need to actually put new clear coat on, and a bunch of spots that, a lot of dents, I mean. Next. And well, some of these products here that I have today, I have this Shine Armor ceramic coating. I don't use it very much because it's kind of expensive, but this is one of my favorite ones. And then this yellow towel I have here, it's a drying towel. So when you wash your car, you don't have any mineral deposits on the paint. And here's this blue towel. This is just a normal microfiber towel. You could use this for, well, using this ceramic coating or any other kind of wax. And then this green microfiber towel is more for like glass and headlights and taillights. And then I normally use these Grease Monkey gloves. because if you contaminate any of the paint, it could, well, leave residues or any, well, any oily marks on there. I think that's about it.
All right. Thanks, Austin. Couple of cool cars I'm looking at here. We'll open it up for questions from the judges.
I just have one quick question. Austin, great job. Love the product. Are you able to do any type of buffing? Do you have buffing equipment or buffer?
I'm at home. I don't have any electronic ones, but I do have a little hand polishing pad. Well, a couple of them that I use. And then I got some Turtle X polish and wax that I use.
And you've included that into your cost?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Austin, this is Scott here. How are you thinking of positioning your business? Are you thinking more of like a restore, kind of reclaim type product? Or are you thinking more like, hey, I'm getting my car that's a leased vehicle and needs to be sort of cleaned up, you know, because you can get a kind of a quick detail done over at Mr. Wash for a couple $100 or whatever. And that's a different experience than going like deep into, you know, all the chrome and taking out all the seats and going, you know, and all the fabrics and stuff like that. So where do you want to be on the spectrum? What works for your business model?
Well, I think what speaks most is probably more focused on the outside, like the exterior. But in the future, I kind of planned on doing some of that interior stuff, like you were just saying. I'm not sure.
I think, yeah, I'll hop in, Scott. Austin, this is Joey. Good. I think that makes sense. I think kind of what Scott was getting at is, you know, maybe to start to just kind of figure out where you're going to position yourself, right? And I think what you said right there is, you know, you're looking to be, I don't know, an exterior detailer, restorator, you know, that's really what you're looking for. And I think that kind of gives you your niche. And then, you know, as the business grows, you can kind of see, you know, is the market there for that? Or, you know, maybe more people will be interested in kind of what Scott's looking for. So I think, yeah, just kind of find that niche, focus on something, and then you can kind of expand out as the business grows. So, but great job.
All right.
I'm
Austin,
sorry, I have one quick question. I'm sorry, can you hear me? Yeah, thanks, Austin. Nice presentation. Something I had missed was regarding, I guess maybe, how much does it cost you to make this? Was there a product that you're actually making?
No, there's not anything that I'm personally making.
Okay. I wasn't clear on that because I saw like the spray bottles of, you know, different items, but I wasn't sure if you had a product in there as well. So you're just utilizing whatever materials that will work for you to get the job done.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Next up, we have Talon Smith and Briar Smith from Waniwak High School. And their presentation is Frankenstein Fashion. I love it. Talon, Briar, turn it over to you.
All right. Hello, good morning. I am Talon Smith.
And I'm Briar Smith, and we are freshmen and juniors at Waniwak Center High School.
We are here to introduce a business idea called Frankenstein Fashion. Click. So what's the problem? You got old clothing, you got ruined clothing. It sits in the back of your closets for years. You end up throwing it out or you leave it there, which is a total waste. When you throw out clothing, there's a chance it'll get sent to a landfill. And according to greenamerica.org, 10 million tons of clothing get sent to landfills. Why should we let it go to waste when we can upcycle it into brand new clothing to sell at an affordable cost? Click.
So our solution is quite simple. We plan on taking donations of fabric and worn out clothing, and this is for people that are sick to lay around, or they just can't take them to an establishment like a Goodwill or a store that's similar to that because it is worn. And then we plan on putting them into something more modern and fashionable and then sell them cheap so that people can afford them. And this ensures that more clothing would be recycled and not sent to the landfills.
So this is kind of a sample of what we are doing. So this would be like a hole in the shirt, and then we would fix it like something like this so that it's patched up.
Click.
So why are we doing this? When we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. Our mom worked while our dad stayed at home and watched us and our little brother. A lot of clothing that we got were hand-me-downs or from thrift stores. I first got the idea when I was watching Disney Channel, and I saw an actor that I really liked doing this upcycling project with a friend. We really want to do this because it opens up a lot of possibilities to people who maybe can't afford anything but cheap clothing, and it also is for people in our community. Next.
Advertisement. We would advertise towards preteen Gen Z and to younger millennials, and we would be advertising to stray away from fast fashion, which is companies like Walmart and Target, American Eagle, who all get their clothing from manufacturers. We will advertise through popular apps in that age range, such as TikTok or Twitter. We will open a shop for local donations and selling clothing in order to build our supplies. We will also have an online website that would be available. And we will be offering nonprofit organizations such as churches or libraries a donation box that we would pick up from weekly. Click.
Financial projections and moving forward. Our products would average to about $5.25. Our request would be about $11.25. That would be large things like couches or other things. We projected that if we sell about 180 of our products per month, we could have a revenue of about $103,700 a year. In the next couple of years, we would plan to double our sales and open up more shops in surrounding cities so that we could have more donations available. We actually found a place that is in our community that was for rent, so we asked a couple of questions about it. It would be about $10,000 annually for utilities and about $18,000 annually for rent. So it'd be about around $28,000 annually. Next.
So looking at our pricing, we plan on selling about 6 of our products per day. And then here is just a more clear chart of our prices and our clothing. So I'll just give you a couple seconds to check that out. Next, please. One quick thing before we do say that before we head off is that we also do plan on donating once we are financially stable enough to support our business and ourselves. We do plan on taking 10% of our profits and donating them to the Trevor Project. And if you don't know, the Trevor Project is a suicide prevention organization group that focuses on LGBTQ+ youth and their suicide preventions.
Thank you for taking the time to have us here and let us present our ideas to you.
Awesome. Nice job, Talon, Breyer. Questions?
Thank you. That was great. Could you just spell the name of that organization you mentioned at the end, the suicide prevention?
Yeah, it's the Trevor Project. It is TREVORPROJECT.
Okay, Trevor. Okay, thank you. Nice job. Do you all know if there's anyone else that's out there doing the type of work that you're doing?
So my mother actually knows someone who does something kind of similar. She does mostly refurbishing furniture. So that's about the thing, other than like thrift stores.
Thank you, ladies.
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you, Talon and Breyer. That was great. Next up, we have Shelby Bell and Zena Johnson, also from Wani Walk, and their topic is portable microwave. So Shelby and Zena, how about it?
I think you're muted. Oh, just kidding. Now you're not.
You can click next. Hello, my name is Zena Johnson, a junior at Walk Center High School.
I'm Shelby Bell, a freshman at Walk Center High School.
Next. So what is our problem? I have seen people that work at construction, going to fast food, spending lots and lots of money on fast food because their lunches that they potentially would bring are either cold or leftovers from the night before, and they don't have anything to warm that stuff up, and they're just eating it cold. Or if they want warm food, they potentially have to leave their job and go and get like McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, stuff like that, when you can just use a portable microwave, and it's simply just a microwave and battery. You connect them together and use it like that. Next.
So our solution would be a portable microwave that you can spend $199.99 one time, and it can always have a microwave wherever you go. If it is work, or if you're just traveling like camping, or if you're an electrician or construction worker and you have to travel to a different place where there's no outlet and you can just carry it around. Next.
So our marketing and sales, this would potentially go to people that are outside or camping, because I've noticed a lot on social media watching people go and make mini buses or just use their regular vans and have to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they don't have a microwave or a stove in their vans that they're potentially living out of or traveling with. And so with this portable microwave, you can easily have it in your van or wherever you're at. It's small enough to fit in areas that a bigger microwave wouldn't. And yeah, we would like this to be sold at like local Walmarts, Targets. We would potentially get an online shop, Amazon, things like that. Next.
So our financial projections are the battery is a cost of $400 and the mini microwave cost is $45. The wiring is also $6 per foot for the wiring if you want to do a customized one. We started at $150, but we also did some financial switching around, and we realized that the cost of the wiring was also needed to be included, and our time is important too in order to make it. Adding that all together, in total, our portable microwave is $199.99, which is giving us a $92.99 in profit for each one sold. In total, we would be making about $200,000 by 2023 is our goal. Next.
Okay, so kind of just giving you guys an idea, we did get like a little microwave and got a little battery. So we would have it to where like this is the front. You'd be able to open it and put your stuff in there, and then like on the back side, so like the back of this, there'd be like some wires type thing coming to the battery, and it would be like this inside your vehicles or wherever you're at. It could literally be anywhere. They don't have electricity and would like warm food. And so it just kind of like this, and then you put it in, and then you can unplug the battery from it if you don't feel comfortable with it, or you can leave it, whatever you'd like. That's pretty much that. We're done. Well, hold on. So, and also, she really didn't explain the whole part. So we're hoping, so I kind of did some research and stuff, and like, if we get like 8,000 people to buy it in a year or so, we could potentially make $200,000 by 2023, and then eventually make our way up to where we wanted. And after we get going and get stable enough with our business, we would move to like sales, deals, and stuff like that. Thank you.
All right. Very interesting. Thank you, Shelby and Zena. I could think of a lot of uses for that. Questions from judges?
I'll hop in, Brian. I just noticed you had a dog sleeping behind you, huh?
That's Winston, and he's my new office mate the last few weeks. Yeah.
Nice, awesome. So I usually have it. Mine's at daycare. Hey, great job. I guess I was just kind of doing some searching. I'd be curious. It looks like there's really not a whole lot of portable microwaves on the market, or other solutions competitors. So I'm just kind of curious what you have found in regards to that.
Yes. So what I've seen, like there's like a few out there, not as many as I thought there was going to be. It was just kind of an idea that Shelby had and would like to go with, and our main competitors would probably be those that have had some out and are a little bit cheaper than what we have. But then, like I said in the end, we might get deals going and stuff like that just to get above them. But the normal cost that I've seen was around like $150, $160 for ones that are already made and out there. And so ours is a little bit pricier, but ours is also smaller. So, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, nice job. Can you show me the microwave? I'm sorry, I wasn't able to see it, I think when you were demonstrating.
Oh, well, it's just like a little PetSmart box. You kind of just made it type thing. This is potentially a size we would like, though, because it would fit pretty much anywhere, but a little bit longer so you can actually fit stuff into it. And then on the back side would be like where the cords and stuff like that would be. And then the battery would be somewhere in there with like the air and stuff to get into it.
So you're thinking like this could be plugged into like some type of device that's in someone's vehicle. Like I'm thinking if someone is outside and maybe, especially like a construction worker, maybe they don't have a place to plug it on the inside of any building per se.
So our whole idea is portable, so you don't need to plug in anywhere. It comes with the battery. That's what this is the battery.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the wiring would go from the like potential say this is the back. There'd be the positive and negative wires going in with that, and then it'll just hook right up into here, and you get like, and you can just carry this around. It's very lightweight. The batteries don't weigh that much, and so you don't have to plug it in nowhere. The batteries are already plugged in, and you just go and you can use it and then put it away.
And what is the battery life?
The batteries, I really haven't looked into that. I think it's around 3-4 years or something like that. or 5 to 6 years. She did look into it, and we're gonna like do stuff in the process and like do like a buy one get one battery free, and they're also rechargeable too and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you again, Shelby and Zena. Nice job. So next up, we have, excuse me, Colton Keller from Waniwak, and Colton's idea is called Blinkers for Bikers. Colton, go ahead when you're ready.
Hello. I guess go to the next slide. So when I came up with the idea for blinkers for bikes, it was when I was really little. I thought like, well, why don't blinkers have, bikes have blinkers like cars? Well, over time, you know, when I'm learning how to do the turn signal, which generally L is left, straight is right, I noticed that when you take your hand off the bike, you're a lot more likely to fall over or, you know, I guess eat the dirt, I guess. But essentially, I just came up with the idea that there should be little knobs that you can press that'll turn on blinkers for you, and that's how I came up. Anyway, next slide. With interest for this product, I've contacted, what's it called? I think it's Wild Adventures. It's a bike shop in Baraboo. They said they were interested in it, but unfortunately, I don't have a prototype or anything. I can't say how much it would cost, but they said if it was such a thing existed where it was like a higher end blinker system that generally be on your bike for a long time, they'd be interested in it. So, next slide. There are many similar products for this. I see a lot of them on Amazon, but most of them look they're either really cheap and flimsy, or they'll have a knob that you can use, which kind of defeats the purpose of how I want these bike or blinkers to work, where you can still keep your hands on the handlebar of the bike. Also, you know, they're made from companies that are otherwise, I guess I would assume would be shady, or I don't know who they are. So I guess it'd be nice to build up a name for this. Next slide. You know, this sounds crazy, but the Amish community is interested with new laws for Wisconsin, that being that they require 2 taillights and 1 front headlight. I think it will be absolutely critical to make a move on them, especially because, you know, on the road I live on, there's been 3 lethal accidents in the last, I think, 8 years, that's 3 too many. Next slide. Oh, I thought I had more. I don't know. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Is that it?
Yes, Colton, that's all that we had.
Oh, I thought I had a few more slides, I guess. Well, I'm just going to whip it up then and read it off.
Okay.
I do apologize. Next up, like how would it improve your day-to-day life? It'll be definitely important. There's tons of new parents out there that I believe are want their kids to be safe, and I believe that for biking, it's not just about the helmets and knee pads. It's more about how you operate the bike, and if it requires that I have to let go of my handlebar to tell someone I'm going to turn and then possibly have that much higher risk for an accident, it's definitely important that we should incorporate some sort of blinker system. And how I plan on starting out, I want to start out with the school workshop and just start creating prototypes until I can consistently make one that is in a budget, that's well made, and will last. And then hopefully from there, I could get back to the Wildlife Adventures. I'm not exactly sure if that's the business name. Hold up. But, with interest from them, if I can get something going, I believe I could sell it to them. So that's it.
Hey, Colton, this is Scott.
Hello.
Hey there, do you envision selling directly to the consumer, or are you envisioning more of a sales to like a bike shop or some other distributor?
I think like a mixture of both, because I obviously I guess the Amish community with the new laws, it'd probably be much harder for them to get access to. So I guess some direct sale, but I'm more focused on going out to other retailers and have them sell my product.
Sounds good. Are you going to change your pricing then, and according to your channel?
Yeah, that'd definitely be something I'd have to do.
Okay. Question I have for you, Paul. Out of curiosity, were you able to connect with the Amish community, or was this?
Yes, where I live, it's the road called Bundy Hollow, and basically it's an entire stretch of like this windy road, and they're all Amish, and so. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that I had easy contact. I talked to them, and it sounds like something that they'd be interested in.
Good. And you have no financial projection?
Unfortunately, I don't have, I guess, a prototype built up yet. I don't know what cost would go into making it.
Mm-hmm.
So until I have that down, I can't really give an accurate idea.
Okay.
Colton, Joey, just maybe a few comments. I think one is, the faster you can get a prototype, the better. And I also think it's very interesting. Like going in, I would never thought of use for Amish. So I think the fact that you're kind of diversifying the use is a good thing for the business. So.
Thank you.
All right. Colton, great job. Thank you. Next up from River Valley High School, we have Georgia Box, and her idea is called Laundry Net. So Georgia, whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Georgia Box, and I'm here to introduce my product, the Laundry Net. Next slide, please. Hello, my name is Georgia Box. I'm a freshman at River Valley High School. Being an athlete in multiple sports usually mean that there is a lot of extra clothes to wash, especially this year with sports being more packed together and games being one after the other. Next slide, please. I'm sure many people have the issue of clothing dropping or disappearing altogether, because that certainly is an issue at my house. Next slide, please. Luckily, I'm here today to present you with a solution. With my product, the Laundry Net, all that frustration will be gone. The Laundry Net is made from an aluminum rod connected to a mesh net. The rod would be like a shower rod that would go from the end of one wall to the other. The net would go on the rod like a shower curtain. The net would stick to the washer and dryer with a Velcro adhesive tape. There would be 3 longer parts of the net to go on the side of the walls and in between the washer and dryer with an adhesive tape to make it stick. Next slide, please. My target market would be families with kids, college kids who, might be too busy and just throw clothes without looking, and elderly who might not be able to bend down and pick up fallen items. Next slide, please. My distribution places would be more home repair stores like Walmart and more stores where people go to either just look around or, shop. Next slide, please. My financial projections, on average, the cost to make one laundry net would be about $50 to $55 with the right materials. The price on the shelf would be about $60 to $65. In 1 year, if I had sold 100, the income would be about $6,000. In 5 years, if I sold 1,000, it would be about $60,000, not including the cost of pay for workers or utilities. Next slide, please. Due to this being a new product and having no influence, I would need sponsors who are willing to put in money into my product. I would most likely get my idea out on Facebook or e-net shopping and might even ask around or call. Thank you for this great opportunity. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'm done.
All right, thanks, Georgia. We'll open it up for questions.
I'll hop in, Brian. Good job, Georgia. I guess you said kind of next steps, make a prototype. I guess where are you at with that? I mean, do you have kind of materials to try to spin one up, or yeah, what's kind of your thoughts around getting that prototype completed?
I have not tried to make one at this point, but my older brother, he's a welder and he has offered to help me try and get it together.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Georgia. So I thought I heard you said it would cost me about $55 to make. Was that about right?
Yes.
And then how much are you thinking it will cost the end consumer to purchase?
It would probably be about $60 to $65.
Okay. Yeah, one of the things I would probably encourage, especially if, if a prototype can't be made, is even having something drawn up so we can visually try to, and you did some descriptions there, which I could appreciate, but just having something to even see 2D or 3D would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Georgia. Nice job. We are moving right along. Next up, we have Estana Graywin and Jalen Stowe from Waniwak High School. And their idea is called Window Pro 21. So Jalen, Estana, go ahead when you're ready.
Hi, my name is Estana Graywin, and I'm Jalen Stowe, and you're a freshman at the Waniwak Center High School. Our product is Window Pro 21. Next slide, please. Everyone knows the craving of ice cream on a hot summer day. So let me paint you a picture. You're in your vehicle with your family on a road trip. You booked a hotel and you can't be late to check in, but you have just enough time to get some ice cream. Dad pulls into the parking lot. You feel yourself getting excited. He shuts the vehicle off and your mind is racing, thinking about what flavor you want. He grabs his wallet, unlocks the vehicle to let everyone out, and everyone bolts inside. Of course, Dad locks the vehicle. It's a big town, you don't want any break-ins. Everyone is happy and walks outside with a cone in their hand. Dad gets to the door and pulls the car door. It doesn't open. He tries again. It doesn't open. Now the first droplet of ice cream hits the parking lot. So now everyone's getting upset and he's frantically checking his pockets for the keys. And they're not there. Next thing he does is look into the car and sees the keys sitting right there on the seat. And on the parking lot is a puddle of ice cream. Next slide. Cars need a more efficient and convenient way to be unlocked that is secure for the driver. Next slide. So some customer pain points that we've noticed that people have are keys getting locked in the vehicle, like the story. Having your hands full while trying to unlock your car. Having to find your keys in your purse or bag, and then car break-ins, which is a lot, it happens a lot more in bigger areas. And we will eliminate these struggles by selling a Face ID camera to unlock your car. And this will be sold directly to car manufacturers, and it will allow stress-free and hand-free and stress-free experience for the consumer. And we did make a little car thing.
So this is our prototype. This would be the side of a car, and we plan to put our camera on the top corner of the front window for the driver to look at, much like an iPhone, and it would unlock your car. Next slide, please. So our target market is car manufacturers located in the Midwest to begin with. We would allocate money towards sales pitches to appeal to the manufacturers, and our business would start in a small manufacturing center to keep our products safe, secure, and organized. Next slide, please.
So the cost to make these is $39, and we're selling them for $125. We would like to sell 5 products a day over a 30-day period. So our monthly revenue is $12,900, and our yearly revenue is $154,800. Next slide. And I will give you a couple moments just to look over our calculations. All right, next slide.
And then to back up our calculations for our financials, we'd like to show you how we found each category. So for a cost to make, according to MarketWatch.com, it costs $16.70 for the Face ID camera to be installed on an iPhone. We use this as a comparison and price our product at $39 because ours is a bigger camera and our company will be operating on a smaller scale, so we will not be as efficient to begin with. For our sale price, after consulting with the mechanic from Rudig Jensen Car Dealership, which is a local car dealership, we figured a retail price of $125 would be appropriate based on similar technology products already on the market, such as rear view backup cameras. And then for products sold per day, we believe that 5 products is deemed reasonable due to the fact that we are a small business and we are high school students who are very busy. Next slide, please. And then moving forward, we already have some goals set in place for once we get our company established. So after 10 years of our business, we would like to come out with a new product, which is the window frame with the Face ID technology already built into it. After 15 years, we would like to expand from the Midwest to selling nationally. And then after the 25-year mark, we'd like to sell internationally for both products. Next slide, please.
To wrap it up, we'd like to go back to the family we talked about at the beginning of the slideshow. Summer has passed and Christmas is here. The family is looking for a gift to get Dad. Then they recall the frustration of misplaced keys on their trip for ice cream. From getting them locked in the car to the hassle of fumbling in your pocket, they think the best gift to give is to bring ease to his car experience. So everyone starts doing research, and the next thing you know, they find a product installed in a car called Window Pro 21. The entire family is engaged, and they read about it and find great reviews. Wow, this is a cool product, someone says, and one by one, everyone seems to be agreeing. Next thing you know, the order has been sent in, and now they have been on time to every hotel. There are no puddles of ice cream, and most importantly, have a safe and convenient way to unlock their car. We would like to thank you for having us today and hope you're as excited about our product as we are, and we truly believe this is the future of vehicles.
Right, nice job, Astana, Jalen. I think it's great. Unfortunately, I've had too many situations of locked keys in the cars. One time my dog jumped on the front window, I was getting gas and locked me out. Another time my young son did that. So I would have bought this as soon as you're ready for sure. But anyway, I open it up for questions.
I got one. Well done, ladies. Are you thinking of this being manufactured and sold like through a dealership? Like this would be an add-on that I would buy if I'm buying a vehicle, or is this like an aftermarket thing similar to like an automatic car starter or something that I can add on later on, you know, or a remote car starter that I can add later?
We want to sell directly to car manufacturers for new cars because we want it to be built into the window frame for security reasons as well as durability. So it would not be available to consumers, but we feel that our biggest profit area would be just selling directly to car manufacturers for new models.
Okay. Were you done there, Scott? All right. Okay, good job, ladies. So tell me, what inspired you to come up with this?
So in the process of thinking what we wanted to do, we had this huge list of a bunch of ideas, and we thought this would be the best way to help out community members who have this struggle. And I remember when I was a little kid, my sister started the vehicle and locked the keys in the vehicle. So it's just, I think this is just a great way to improve vehicles, and we just want to make a product that will improve something. So,
And we also, when like researching products and things, it was kind of like a whole process, and it was a lot simpler than it had to be. We were researching on our phones, and I have a phone that unlocks with your Face ID, and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool to put on a car. And we really wanted to get into something with the car industry since it's evolving so much in technology. So that's kind of led us on the right track.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Great job.
Thank you.
So that brings us to our final presentation of the morning. And we have Desiree Madison from Wanawak High School, and her idea is instant filters. So Desiree, whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Desiree Limatizik. I am from Wanawak Center High School and I am a junior. My idea is instant filter. Next. This is mostly in cases where, say you're on a long camping trip or on a long hiking trip and you run out of water in a water bottle. And you're close to a stream, but the water there isn't really the cleanest, but you're still like dying of thirst at that point. My idea is a small portable water filter. I have a small drawing of it. Like, I don't know if it's going to show up very well, but that it is, which the main box of it, the dimensions is 6 by 4 by 4 length, height, and width. And it will be running on batteries. It'll have a tube that stretches out about 6 inches to suck the water in, and another tube on the other side stretches out 12 inches so it can go into the mouth of a water bottle to easily fill that up. This is also very useful in emergency use. Say you're in a situation where you do not have clean running water, like at all. Next. Instant filter, it being mostly compact, lightweight, battery powered, and most of it is going to be waterproof, while also having a flotation device on the bottom so it does not sink into the water. Next. My target audience would be mostly 16 to 28-year-olds, which are more health conscious. And my second audience would be emergency survivalists, people that are frantically getting ready for cases where, like, the world ending or something, or people that are going to be more like doing stuff outdoors in the woods away from like other people. Next. My financial forecast is I sell about 65 per year, $65 for each one of the filters, and 30 sales per month. My revenue would be $23,400 in revenue. In expenses each month, if I make them for about like $30, it would be, the expenses would be about $1,200 each month, and in each year would be about $14,400, making me about $9,000 profit each year. Next. The main goals would be mostly to make a version of this where it is a water bottle with a small filter built into it. So it's a lot easier just to get the water in. You don't need to carry anything extra. Also, another goal would be to start making them using things other than batteries. Like, for example, like using like something that would use the water itself to make it run, or solar panels. Also, due to the nature of this product, I would be mostly selling it online, and I would be hoping to move it to stores. Next. Thank you for listening and allowing me to be here today.
Okay, thanks, Desiree. We'll take any questions.
Okay, thank you, Desiree. So I'm not a camper and, person that's outside doing hiking trips and things like that, but I would think there's something like this on the market already.
Most of them are like ones that require like pumping it into it,
Uh-huh.
which are also usually a lot bigger as well. This is more for like in situations where you could get this to easily fill up a water bottle while also going and go make a fire at the same time.
Okay, so there's nothing out there like what you're talking about.
I haven't really seen much.
Okay. Awesome.
My question is, yours has a power source. Why does it need to have a battery and all that stuff? 'Cause I'm thinking if I'm a camper or a hiker, they're always trying to find ways to kind of minimize the amount of gear and the weight and all that. Have you thought about ways to make it even simpler, like just squeezing it? Or there's a product called Life Straw that you can use for, like you can drink right out of a puddle if you needed to, and it'll filter for you. So have you thought of more of a simpler design, or how did you come up with your design? Like what made you go down kind of a powered version of it?
I'm mostly thinking of where it could easily fill up like a full water bottle, like decently quickly. Also to where, like I mentioned before, like you could have it going and like go do something else while it's filling up that water bottle. That's mainly my idea.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right. If we don't have any more questions, then that concludes our 9 presentations for this morning. Thank you to everyone. That was really great. So it is 10:35 roughly. Let's take it says 15. Let's come back at 10:55. That'll give everybody a chance to get a cup of coffee. I'm sure judges would like to take a short break too, and then do the judging. So Kels, let's make it 10:55 as according to our schedule that we will reconvene and move into awards.
Just so judges know, I'll be breaking you out into a breakout group. So if you're unable to join that, please send me a message. But I will break out right now.
Okay. Hard to know if everybody's back in this format.
Looks like Palmer's class is back. Lori Hoffman, are your students there and ready?
Yes, they are. Just remember that Kelsey Olson had to leave for a family thing.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think we're all here. So the judges have spoken, and I will say that having done this for 4 years now, I think this was for sure one of the most difficult decision-making processes that we have had to go through. 9 really super ideas, and I think it was really great to see how far a lot of these prototypes and ideas had come from the time that they were originally submitted to being introduced today. So really outstanding job to everyone who participated. And I want to make sure to really say thank you to Lori Hoffman and Palmer Schrader for your work with these students. We were all talking about in the judging room how just what a great experience. I wish that I would have done something like this along with several of our judges when we were in high school. And I think the work that you're doing is fantastic, and you've been partners with us for several years. So thank you very, very much. All right, with that, let's go into the prize awards. So for first place and $500, we have Kelsey Olson with Touchless. I know Kelsey had to leave, but congratulations, Kelsey. That was an outstanding pitch and concept overall. Second place, $400. Talon Smith and Briar Smith with Frankenstein Fashion. Excellent job. Third place and $300. Estana Graywin and Jalen Stowe, Window Pro 21. That too was a fantastic concept. And then in fourth place and $200, Tyler Willoughby with Brim Bender. And then Austin, Shelby, and Zena, Colton, Georgia, Desiree, you each, I don't know that we could have figured out a placement because all of these, it was really hard to come up with the top 4. They're all outstanding, but so 5th through 9th place will each get $100 for your idea today as well. So those checks, just to cover that, will be taken care of in the mail. They'll come from our Madison College Foundation. I want to also mention that 2 additional sponsors for today that I didn't mention at the beginning, CUNA Mutual and Generator. So thank you to them. I apologize, I get mixed up between today's pitch, and then we have tomorrow our Madison College Business Planning Competition. So a variety of sponsors, and I want to make sure I get that straight and everybody thanked appropriately. So thank you again to American Family, CUNA Mutual, Hughes Blackwell, and Generator for creating the $2,000 that we were able to give away today and make this happen. So with that, that concludes the 2021 Madison College pitch. I want to thank Joey, Scott, Nidra, and Teresita as well for an outstanding job of asking great questions, giving feedback today. I think that was really helpful. To everyone who participated, I hope this is not the end of the idea. There's some really good stuff here. Love for you to reach out to us and take advantage of our Entrepreneur in Residence program, where we can have some of our coaches work with you to continue to develop your ideas and bring those to life. So I definitely hope this is not the end of the road. And then for those of you, which there were several that were underclassmen, as we say, a great opportunity to continue working on it for next year, or obviously for new ideas as we move into 2022 pitch. So thank you to everyone once again. This was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was a lot of fun for you. Last thanks will go to Kelsey Klismet and Jill Huizinga, who did a lot of the heavy lifting in making this happen. So thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, Jill. I think that's it for 2021, unless there are any other quick comments. Okay. Well, thanks again. Hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and we will be in touch with finalists, and I look forward to next year. Thanks again.
Thanks, everybody.
Great job, everyone. See anyone's here tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Thanks, Joey.